Carlos.
Saul.
Maya.
Katie.
Lorenza.
Mike.
Angie.
Hello, my name is Sophia Mendez, and this is my speech, AI Data Centers versus the Great Lakes. The Great Lakes region is quite a sight to behold. As the largest freshwater lake system on Earth, according to the University of Michigan Center for Sustainable Systems Great Lakes fact sheet, it holds 6 quadrillion gallons of water and holds 90% of the U.S. fresh surface water supply. In total, it holds 5 freshwater lakes, which are Lake Michigan, Lake Superior, Lake Huron, Lake Ontario, and Lake Erie. This system is shared by 8 U.S. states: Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Michigan, Pennsylvania, New York, and 2 Canadian provinces, Ontario and Quebec. Home to about 30 million people and over 3,500 plant and animal species, this region is important to the lives of all flora and fauna. However, in recent years, this region has been affected by the rapid growth of AI data centers. The negative impact of AI data centers will far outweigh any advantages that they may bring to the Great Lakes region. Through a thorough examination of the pros and cons of AI data centers, this speech will explore why so many communities view their existence as detrimental. An AI data center is a facility that contains hardware that is important to various types of businesses. According to Alexandra Jonker and Alice Gomston's IBM article, What is an AI Data Center? It is important that things such as security, reliability, availability, and energy efficiency are considered when building these. In a sense, it functions like a regular on-premise server room, but with the demands of high-intensity AI workloads and at a much larger scale. According to the same IBM article, there are several unique features and functions key to AI-ready data centers: high-performance computing, advanced storage architecture, resilient and secure networking, and adequate power and cooling solutions. With these features, these AI data centers are able to operate at hyperscale. These centers have at least 5,000 servers and occupy 10,000 square feet of physical space, according to the same IBM article. Due to these features, these AI data centers are attractive to businesses. Not only are these AI data centers attractive to businesses, but they are also attractive to state and local governments. As AI data centers are growing rapidly, their impact has been felt across the country. Specifically, they have been the cause of 2 things for state and local governments: economic growth and job creation. Due to huge investments from tech companies, the areas where these AI data centers are being built have seen an economic boom. This is mostly due to investments made by big tech companies such as Microsoft, Meta, and etc. According to the ODSC team at OpenDataScience.com's article, Massive Data Centers and Private AI Investments, Global Pros and Cons, it was in 2024 that global capital investment in data centers reached $500 billion, doubling from 2022. Several companies either have already made or plan to make more investments in places all across the country. According to Gomston's and Jonker's IBM article, in 2025, Microsoft plans to invest approximately $80 billion USD on data center construction. These investments in these facilities are driving the economy by giving high tax revenue to state and local governments. According to Aminu Abdullahi's Tech Republic article, What are the pros and cons of data centers? In Loudoun County, Virginia, officials expect real and property tax revenues from data centers to hit $895 million in the fiscal year of 2025. These investments bring in tax revenue that can be used to fund services and fix infrastructure on the state and local level. With these data centers being built, job creation has increased as a result. This job growth will mostly affect areas like construction and engineering, according to the OpenDataScience.com article. In fact, according to the Tech Republic article, OpenAI's Stargate project looks to create 100,000 jobs across construction and operation. Particularly, these new AI data centers have created a demand for electricians, HVAC technicians, and engineers. However, these job creation promises have fallen short. According to the OpenDataScience.com article, local job creation remains modest. In fact, most times these job these jobs are not permanent and will have about 20 to 150 people permanently working for a large facility, according to the Tech Republic article. In Liz Maneo's The Harvard Gazette article, Why Are Communities Pushing Back Against Data Centers?, Ben Green, who is an assistant professor in the University of Michigan School of Information and Public Policy and a faculty associate at the Berkman Klein Center for Internet and Society, stated that a promise of job creation is a significant false promise of these data centers, and that developers say this because they know that it is attractive to policymakers. They come asking the state to give them benefits. These benefits come in the forms as tax break, special zoning permission, or reduced regulation. Even though there are positive to these data centers, they are overshadowed by their negative impact. With the rise of AI data centers, their negative impacts are making them quite unattractive to communities. As a result of the huge amounts of energy and water they consume, these data centers cause harm to local communities. The amount of energy and water these data centers consume have raised concern. According to the Tech Republic article, these AI data centers facilities demand as much power as 100,000 homes or more. This amount of energy usage causes extra usage of power grids in the area where these centers are located. The North American Electric Reliability Corporation stated in the same article, in regards to the amount of power these centers need, that the speed at which these large load facilities are being built adds stress on the power grid to this demand. Unfortunately, this causes residents to pay more for electricity. In the same article, a June 2024 study from Carnegie Mellon at North Carolina State University projected U.S. electricity rates could rise 8% on average by 2030 due to data center demand. Water faces a similar crisis as well. Cooling these facilities are crucial for functionality. As a result, they often suck in millions of gallons of water daily, according to the Tech Republic article. In the same article, Google data centers use 6.1 billion gallons of water globally in 2023. The severe usage of energy and water has caused the public concern about building these AI data centers. In the same Liz Maneo Harvard Gazette article that features Ben Green, Green states that the public is concerned about rising electricity rates caused by data centers. They're concerned about the enormous water use that data centers require, and they're also aware that data centers don't bring meaningful economic development, especially in the forms of jobs. Very often, these communities are left out of the conversations where companies and governments decide where to build these AI data centers. Green talks about a lack of transparency to these communities. He states there's an amazing amount of obscurity in data center development right now. Contracts are secretive, and when they're made public, there are huge redactions, and policymakers are signing non-disclosure agreements. Over the U.S., citizens are facing challenges imposed by these AI data centers. It is all too true for those living in the Great Lakes region. The Great Lakes region is a prime location for the construction of data centers. Its gigantic freshwater system has enough water that is necessary for data centers to function. How will that affect people who live there? As it stands, the amount of water in the Great Lakes region is finite. According to Alex V. Hernandez's Block Club Chicago article, the Great Lakes could be at risk due to data centers powering AI, study warns. It states that the lakes were created from glaciers that melted thousands of years ago. Only about 1% of the water volume of the Great Lakes are replenished via rain, snow, and groundwater inflow, according to the report. If this water is not conserved, this water will be consumed by these AI data centers. Peyton McCauley's and Melissa Scanlan's Planet Detroit's article, Data Centers Are Coming to the Great Lakes, and that could drain local water supplies, have conducted research on the sustainability of 6 top tech companies, Amazon, Meta, Google, Microsoft, Digital Reality, and Equinix. Focusing on Google and Meta, they have found that in 2023, Meta consumed 813 million gallons of water globally, and in 2023, Google operations worldwide consumed 6.4 billion gallons of water. Even with incomplete figures, these companies are using massive amounts of water. State and local governments continue to back the construction of these centers without the public's knowledge. McCauley and Scanlan state that without a consistent and transparent way to track the water consumption over time, the public and government officials will be making decisions about locations, regulations, and sustainability without complete information on how these massive companies' hot and thirsty buildings will affect their communities and their environment. So this graph shows the amount of water that Google has increased in consumption, and this is showing how much water Google has been using and how much water that Meta has been using on these AI data centers. The pros and cons of AI data centers have been detailed and have shown how any benefit they may bring pale in comparison to the negative impacts on our Great Lakes. Specifically, it was examined as to how these data centers affected those who call the Great Lakes region home. Yet, communities have banded together to stop their rapid growth through legislation and other avenues. Together, we have the ability to do the same. I urge you to go and stand against these AI data centers. Speak to your representatives, start petitions, protest, and fight for your home. Thank you. And then my works cited. And just going back.
Carlos. Saul.
Maya. Katie.
Lorenza.
Mike.
Angie.